I'm working with the Nadimuck brass band, and I worked with them, in a way where I have taken their sound and mic'd it up and processed their sound. So I've sort of worked quite closely with them to make something that we were all quite happy with. My initial idea was that we would to really make it really quite aggressive, but as things progressed, it became quite beautiful. And I'm kind of interested in the kind of hive mind concept that emerges from people working in that kind of really intuitive, not that the band's like improvised or anything, but there's still a certain amount of decisions to be left up to everyone, and I like what groups do, and just I find it interesting to be, when I'm in bands, I also find it interesting to see how other bands work, and every band has a really different dynamic, and there's not actually a single way that makes a good band. It can be completely democratic, it can be a total dictatorship, and there's such a varying social models that work. I made the microphones and experimented with those with the band quite a lot actually, and then the processing is things I've bought, but the final end stage of that is the sound system that actually puts it out, and that's something that I'm quite interested in, this kind of sound system culture and the way people are building sound systems to bring sound to different places. And it's all battery powered, so it's extremely mobile, and it's actually sort of the loudest, kind of most efficient and clearest that you can kind of make for a small price range.
What is the song?
It's the soundtrack to A Beautiful Mind, which is kind of astounding to me because I'm really into a lot of this Beautiful Mind's the film about John Nash, who is the guy who invented game theory. So he invented a mathematical way to work out who would win a nuclear war and the best strategies. And then he applied that theory to a lot of other transactions in society, and then later was diagnosed as a paranoid schizophrenic. So it's kind of an interesting kind of parable about predicting the future and how predicting the future really predicts kind of your own character flaws. Well, the film's a documentation of one performance of the work, which is a processing of the soundtrack to A Beautiful Mind, but it occurs in the hall that was donated to them by a guy called F.W. Schmidt. So yeah, so they have this hall, and it's 100 years old, and it's full of brass band paraphernalia, like lots of all of their sheet music and all of their lots of historical photographs, but also anything that's to do with brass bands is in there. Monkey with a tuba, and just some really classic things. So the whole kind of is the third character in the movie. It plays a lot of, it takes up a lot of time, and it's lovely and it's old and it's very run down, and so it's just us performing there, and it's quite good.